Coach Gary Heenan from the UC Pioneers joining us right now. Coach, how are you?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, we were talking about old-time hockey a couple minutes ago with the old Clinton Arena, which is still being used. My stepson Jack plays games there to this day. I'm sure you're familiar with it, having been a Hamilton College grad.
Yeah, we've played there. I mean, Utica College has played there a couple times for one reason or another.
Yep.
And it's a great old barn. There's no question about it. I've played the Sunday Night League there for many years, and Men's League as well. And you know, you still get a haircut in this town at any old barber shop, and they find out you're in the hockey industry, you're going to get the next hour and a half full of old Clinton Comet stories, which is cool. You know, it's certainly a town with rich traditions of hockey, all based out of Clinton, New York.
Yeah. Now, when you played at Hamilton, did you guys use that arena as well? Did you have a different arena when you played?
No, we were still the old rink up at Hamilton,
okay,
you know, where the seats were up above you, and it was kind of like a gladiator, you know, situation up there. But you know, those were the good old days too, and they had the tractor instead of a Zamboni.
Really? Is that right?
Yeah.
How does that work? Do you have to have some special attachment to it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was literally a farm tractor with an attachment. So I'm dating myself now here too, but
well,
it's all good stuff.
Because Mark was saying that there was no Zamboni at the old Clinton Arena for the longest time, and kids would go out between periods and kind of clean the ice, I guess.
Yeah, and that's, you know, back in that's what we do today. If you go out on a pond, I mean, it's getting a line with shovels and off you go. So
they were called the rink rats. They're the ones who hung around the rink, and they would go out with their skates and snow shovels, little cylinders of water, and they'd skate around, and they got done. I don't know if it looked any better when they got done than it did when they started. I have to ask you this.
Sure.
I think I asked you this before. I think there's a rule in Utica that if you play hockey, you have to watch the movie Slapshot.
Yep.
Is that a requirement for your players?
Well, I think it's just growing up in general, you know, and our guys can tell you that. And of course, this movie's older than my players, you know, for sure. Yeah. So, but they could say it line by line as I could. And
Dave's a killer.
Yeah, Dave's a mess. So it's. I mean, it really is. It's kind of the, you know, it's the lore. It's you've got to watch Slapshot, and of course being filmed in this area, and a lot of those characters from this area. And I'll meet one of these guys out of the blue once in a while.
Yeah.
The Carlson brothers were the ones that were the.
That's right.
They were the fighters. There were three guys that came in. They had these geeky looking glasses on. And they'd fight with everybody.
Yeah. So and believe it or not, Johnstown, which was really the base for that movie, is a league that we recruit from now. Is a team that we recruit from. So I'll be in Johnstown probably within the next 2 weeks, looking at kids on that team. And
why there in particular?
Well,
just a hockey hotbed or what?
Yeah, same thing. It's kind of one of these old manufacturing towns, a little down on their luck, and those towns are great for hockey, you know, because
they're tough people.
They're tough people, and there's not a lot to do. So when there's a hockey game on a Friday, Saturday night, it's the thing to do. And you know, these kids, 16 to 20-year-olds trying to play college hockey, play in front of 2,000-3,000 people on a Friday, Saturday night, and it's great. I mean, so I'm looking forward to my trip to Johnstown.
The other cool thing about Slapshot is that the star of that, Paul Newman, from Canada himself, and you know, he could skate pretty well actually. He was a pretty good athlete. He drove cars in the 24 Hours of Le Mans as well. He's a pretty cool dude. He
had that big pool movie with Tom Cruise playing billiards, so he could shoot stick. I mean, what a guy! These Canadians, they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know?
Talking to Coach Gary Heenan of the UC Pioneers. Of course, the Comets have some games at the Odd tomorrow night, but you'll be there Sunday afternoon, right?
Yeah, we've got the Sunday afternoon game, which I'm not sure we've ever played the Sunday afternoon game. The Comets just had one, and of course the family and I were in attendance, and you know, so it's one of those more family atmospheres, I think, and you know, it's getting your players up for the Sunday afternoon game, but because we haven't played in a couple weeks, I think we'll be fine.
Morrisville State, the opponent on Sunday, a 3:00 game, if I'm not mistaken. There, you guys are 7-3-1, off to a pretty good start this year.
Yeah, it's been peaks and valleys, but more peaks. You know, I think we won 4, lost 3, and now we've won 4 again. So it's you know, we're riding a pretty good wave right now. We've got 5 non-conference games, all against SUNY opponents, and then back into league. So we haven't lost non-conference, so we want to keep that going.
Right, and then obviously pointing toward the Frozen Four as well. You guys would like to be in it when you're hosting it, right?
Yeah, I mean, next year we do host it. So the town, ourselves, the state, there's a number of different groups looking to roll out the red carpet for whoever's going to be in that thing. But certainly our president has made it clear that we'd like to be in that tournament ourselves, which would be pretty special. But certainly, we're still in the game for this year, so we don't want to look towards that next year yet. But I can tell you, planning committees are working on it.
How much Gary Heenan in with us, by the way, the head coach of the UC Pioneers hockey team at 100.7 FM WUTQ. How much of your season is actually scouting and road trips for you with regard to that versus coaching your current team?
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So when the guys went into exams and took off for Christmas, my assistant and we head out. So I was in Texas for a week.
Really?
Going all the way across the state, looking at players across Texas.
Texas, really?
Which hosts, again, another one of these leagues that really none of the players are from there, but they all go there and play in front of a couple thousand. And
so it's a good chance. You're talking about you.
It's a junior hockey. So again, kids leave home 16 to 20 years old. A lot of them are done high school, and then they take 2-3 years to develop further.
Right.
So
now they get paid for that. It's a
no, they don't get paid. That would be a violation or would ruin their eligibility. So
they can't play for a college team if they've ever been paid to play hockey.
Correct.
So it's like the Olympics used to be.
That's right. Yeah. So these guys just kind of invest in their high. It's unique to the sport, 100%. And
so you mean they leave home?
Yeah.
They go live
with billet families. Yeah.
What is a billet family?
So a billet family is, let's say they go to Amarillo, Texas to play hockey. There's a junior team there. We've got a couple guys on our team from there. A family there that might have a 5 and a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old doesn't have a bigger brother. They would bring 2 of these guys into their home and live with them for a year.
So they'll stay there for free in this home. They play hockey for free.
Yeah.
Just for the experience and hoping to get recruited for a school or for the NHL?
Correct. They might have a part-time job, in a warehouse or, at a McDonald's, whatever it might be. So all of our freshmen, by rule, is 21 years old when they get here as a freshman in college. So they're older, more mature.
So you don't get the 18-year-olds right out of high school.
No, and the benefit for us is they've kind of been through having their first beer, being in a bar.
Yeah.
We have very little social problems with our players.
Interesting.
And they do very well in school.
Yeah. What's the drinking age in Canada?
Well, it's 18 in a couple provinces and 19 in 8 of the 10, I believe.
You're a goaltender, littler guy, if I'm not mistaken.
He's a tiny
this
little
year,
guy,
but good.
Now, cute little guy.
Yeah. Now, do you have a preference as a coach? A big goalie like a Ken Dryden type, or a little guy like you got now? Does it matter, and does it depend on how you play defense around a guy like that?
I think it matters. I think ideally the bigger guys are what you're after. I think you won't get anyone under 6'2" in the NHL anymore.
Yeah. Really? You don't?
So not net. No. And these 6'6" guys are everywhere now.
Yep.
They really are. So Benny Bishop with the Lightning, Markstrom's now playing with Vancouver, and they're looking to, I think he'll replace Ryan Miller down the stretch, my own opinion. But so this guy, you got to do your work, and he's going to get beat over his shoulders once in a while because he doesn't have those couple extra inches that it could just hit him. But overall, he's been lights out dynamite for us, and he was passed on by Division I's because of his size, pure and simple.
Really,
his ability is there.
And how big is he?
He's probably he's listed 5'9". He's probably 5'7.5", maybe 3/4.
With skates on or off?
Yeah, that's off. So.
He can play though.
He can play.
He can play for sure.
He's very good.
All right, Gary. Well, thanks for coming in, and best of luck on Sunday.
Sunday afternoon, tickets available. Stop on down to the Odd, and look forward to seeing you guys down there.
Plus the new look with the Odd. They got the colors all swirling around on the dome on the outside now, too, right?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. They're doing great stuff down there, and we're enjoying all that stuff, and as well as the food. And our guys right now, our cafeteria's closed. We've got to feed these guys for a month. And so we're visiting all the restaurants around town, feeding the team. But the Odd's cooking for us too, and it's real good stuff.
Good deal. All right, Coach. We'll see you on Sunday.
See you guys. Happy New Year.